So that's really the way those things came up and looked. And once again, we just created 4 models. We're well aware you could create 100 models. And there's 1,000 different teacher paths you could follow. But we tried to at least capture, and I know I went through that slightly quick, but I think these summary slides, for those of you that are here, is probably the most powerful slide because you can kind of just see it all together. So that's kind of gives you a snapshot of the different ways and how that can go. And like Paul said, once again, no decisions are being made, bargaining, anything like that. It's all going to be done at that time. But we're just kind of, when I asked Paul this question about the 3-year contract is actually how it kind of came up. And I asked Paul, and I said, as a business guy, I'm intrigued by this stuff. And we both kind of agreed. I never looked at it this way, but Paul told me one of the benefits of doing it that way was we had the time to research other ways that things are done. And we may find out the way we do it is great. It's the best for our district. And ultimately, that's what we care about, is our district and our teachers and giving us the best path possible. But I think we also owe it to ourselves to look at other ways and see if it could be better. How quickly that'll go, I don't know, if it happens at all. But that's something that we wanted to try and give you today, was just some hypothetical models of different ways other districts do things to see, as Paul said, with feedback from the membership, is this something we can look at, need to look at, or the bargaining team can at least have an idea of different ways to do it. So I believe, thank you for attending this year.
Yeah. and to summarize, I think Matt, first of all, can I get a round of applause for Matt? I will tell you this much. I am someone who my brain works on a very macro level of things. I think big picture, and that's how just I go about life, and I think I'm good at that. For this process, we really needed folks who could drill down into the micro level of stuff, and we would not have been able to do any of this if Matt, and Karen Brown to some extent too, because she was in the room for one of the long meetings we had. But after that meeting, Matt had really, he has spent a lot of time cranking out these numbers so that our members have information that will help them understand what we're trying to do, and what the possibilities are moving forward. I'm glad that Matt once again closed with the refrain of no decisions have been made yet. You guys will get this PowerPoint with those summary slides. I'll get those to ARs, and ARs will email those out to members in the building. So if you're sitting here going, man, that I kind of get a good picture of things, but I know I'm going to walk out of this theater and I'm going to forget most of what I just learned. Don't worry. Sometime next week you'll get the slides, and you'll get this video, and you can watch it all over again. It'll be good times, and you can show people. The intent is that the folks who make it to this meeting will go back and they will talk about what happened here and show people, well, hey, when we were sitting there, Matt, here, let me show you the slides Matt showed us, and show others the numbers here, because at the end of the day, and for good reason, there's a lot of emotions tied up in salary schedules, and I'm not in any way trying to take away from people's emotional connection to it and the history. I get that, and that's totally understandable. But at the end of the day, when the bargaining team's sitting in a room and they're trying to do what's best by the members in the district, my goal was that members put their emotion on their shelf for a little bit, okay, and understand the numbers and the facts and how things work, because that's how we should make decisions moving forward. Is on the numbers, the real numbers, and so I think we've provided those now, and I think hopefully you can look them over and give some feedback as to your thoughts on the numbers, not on our perceptions, because sometimes perception is not reality, and we need to make sure that we're making decisions based on the facts. So here's how we structure the question and answer session. We actually, and this is nice, we have this place scheduled till noon. It's similar to last time. If you came to the last meeting, we finished earlier than that, and that's intentionally so, because here's how I'd like to structure the questions. If there's someone in the room who you need to get out of here and you want to go home and be with your families, then you're more than welcome to leave. And what we have, and Karen, I would ask, we have comment cards, okay? So you can write a question or comment, whatever you want, on here, and you just leave it with Karen or Laura or Vito or Thomas before you walk out the door. Just give them this, and then you can go. And what I'll do with these, provided there's enough, and just so you know, last time we only had 2 comment cards turned in from the folks that were there, and the questions were, I'm going to share questions with the membership if the questions need to be shared. The questions last time were like, hey, when you guys do the survey, can you make sure that you ask whether the people filling it out were in the meeting, one of these meetings or not? Well, absolutely we can do that, but I'm not going to share that with all the membership. That's kind of a logistical thing. But if we get good questions, I'll probably share them out with the members, so every member can see what's happened here, and they can see what their peers have asked about, so you can leave that. If you don't want to leave and you want to stay, Matt and I will be here. I think last time we sat for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and just answered questions and talked to people in the room. We will do that again, and we'll answer your questions here. And then sometime around noon-ish, we'll draw it to a close, and any of you who leave questions, I'll get back to you with an answer. So that's where we're at right now.